someone who is targeting this upcoming GATE Life Sciences and Biotechnology exam? If yes, then here I'm going to share the techniques that can help you to become a topper in GATE examinations. So here I will be talking about some important points that you have to take care during your last minute revision tips that can help you to increase your score in GATE examination and also help you to increase or improve your rank for the same. So hey everyone, this is Riya Khilwani from Biotecnikans. So let's start our video with this topic, that is topper techniques for GATE exam revealed. So here I'm going to share my experience, and on the basis of that I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that can help you to perform good in your GATE examination, that will really help you to, you can say, increase your score as well as your rank in GATE examination, whether it is GATE Life Sciences or GATE Biotechnology. So let's start our video with the same. The first tip that I am sharing here, that is recall and revising the fundamentals. So once you are learning everything, last time you have to recall and revise. So recalling and revising is the key step in performing good in GATE examination, because if you're forgetting your fundamentals, that won't work during the last day of the exam. So it's better once you are done with all your revision, once you're done with all your learning, the last is you have to start with your recalling. And what do you understand by recalling? Recalling means you will be able to recall, you will be able to remember all the points without opening the notes from where you have studied. This is what called as the difference between recall and revising. So you have to recall everything, and here I have mentioned some important points, so let's focus here. The first is GATE Life Sciences, important topics of chemistry. Yes, you might have seen the chemistry part. So most of the students, they leave this part and ultimately they don't attempt for this chemistry part. And if you're not attempting for this chemistry part, ultimately that will be a, you can say, loss for you. So better to go for the important topics of chemistry. And now if you ask me, ma'am, what are the important topics of chemistry that we have to focus during the last minute of revision? So that are electron affinity. You have to learn the electron affinity trend, ionization energy, ionization affinity, what is the atomic size trend during the, you can say, group and period. So you have to learn all these things. How to find the hybridization of a molecule. So you should know finding the hybridization of the molecule, and ultimately you should know about the EMF calculation, how to calculate the EMF of any given value that is given. So you have to use the cathode and anode value, potential, and ultimately you have to calculate the EMF value. So these are all important topics under chemistry. And if you find under chemistry, you will find some basic concepts of biomolecules or biochemistry that we study, like DNA, RNA, protein. So you have to, you can say, brush up all those concepts. So if they are asked in chemistry part, so you will be able to do that. Because I have experienced this, some biochemistry part is asked in chemistry. So if you are not able to attempt any of the questions in chemistry, still you will get some marks from that biochemistry part. And if you are learning all these things, so ultimately that will add up to some 5 to 10 marks. So ultimately usse kya hoga, your score will get increased and ultimately it will improve your rank. So don't leave chemistry part. This is a bonus part, because all the students, they will go for subjective part. So this is actually scoring where you can perform better. So better not to leave this part, that is topics of chemistry. So better go for important topics of chemistry. And if you feel some other important topics are there, so you have to revise and recall those topics as well. The second is better subjective knowledge of 4 subjects. So here we are talking about GATE examination. So we are taking both GATE Life Sciences as well as GATE Biotechnology. So here I have mentioned about GATE Life Sciences. So this is also for GATE Life Sciences. So here we have 5 subjects, out of which we have to select the 2 subjects of our interest. So here I'm leaving food technology, because most of the students, they don't offer food technology. So they go for biochemistry or zoology combination, biochemistry, zoology, yeah, botany, zoology. So like this they go for, and you have 4 subjects here: zoology, biochemistry, botany, as well as, you can say, microbiology. So here you have to focus on all the four subjects. You don't have to focus and invest your more time on food technology. So once you have completed all your learning things, so now go for a revision, and here you have to recall all the four subject, that is biochemistry. You have to recall all the subjective part, all the concepts you have to brush up, and also you have to recall all the formulas that you have learned during your learning process, be it biochemistry, zoology, botany, or if it is microbiology. For GATE BT, you don't have to leave the engineering mathematics part. At least you have to practice some numericals, so that if some numericals is asked, if some questions are from GATE biotechnology, so you will be able to attempt it. Never leave whole portions like that. So some questions you should be able to make that, and for that you need to learn and revise the things. So here you should learn some important concepts of GATE biotechnology, that is engineering mathematics, and that important subject everyone knows, that is bioprocess engineering, that is there in GATE biotechnology. So never leave this section. So whether it is subjective point of view or it is from numerical point of view, it is very very important if you are attempting for GATE biotechnology exam. So never leave this bioprocess engineering section. During the last minute, or you can say during the last time of your revision, you should revise each and everything, and also you will revise formula regarding the same. So this is all about recalling and revising the fundamentals. So you have to focus on the four main subject that is there in GATE Life Sciences, and also you don't have to leave the chemistry part. Some important parts you have to study. Under GATE biotechnology, don't leave engineering mathematics. At least try to learn and recall engineering mathematics, some important parts, and along with that, don't ever leave bioprocess engineering, because students feel like I will cover most of the things, you can say with the help of this subjective parts. So don't feel like that, don't think like that, because bioprocess engineering, if you are learning some formulas only, if you are practicing some numerical, ultimately it is going to increase your A score. And if you feel if your score is more than 800, so you will get a chance to get in a reputed institute like IISc Bangalore. So this is all about the very first point or tip from my side, that is recalling and revising the fundamentals during the last minute. Second is solving previous year question paper. Yes, that is very very important. If you are learning everything, if you are not solving, so ultimately that is going to have a negative impact for your preparation. Why? Because you are not practicing any question. If you will not practice any question, how come you will know about the pattern of question that is asked in examination? Why I am saying this? I will prove this with my points. So let's start with the very first point, that is last 10 years question paper. Yes, that is very important, because if you see the GATE examination pattern and if you see the question paper, you will find many of the questions are direct, they are repetitive. So most of the time the questions are repetitive, and if you are solving, imagine if you have not learned any concept and if you are solving question, you will be able to solve question if it is asked in the upcoming 2023 examination. So that will really be a bonus point for you. So along with your study, you have to dedicate some time for your revision and other revision also, and also you have to practice for numericals. You have to practice previous year questions, and if you are not doing so, so you will not be able to know the pattern of questions, analysis of question. You will not get the idea how the questions are asked in examination. So better go for the last 10 years question paper. So how you have to solve this paper? You have to start from the recent year. Suppose you are going to target the upcoming 2023 examination, so you have to start with last 2022, then 2021, and accordingly you have to solve last 10 years question paper. And how you have to solve? You don't have to match the answer key. You have to utilize the 3 hours time that you will be taking during your main exam. So you have to utilize better utilization of that 3 hours, and ultimately you have to solve, and after that you have to match with answer key. You have to give yourself marks, what score you are getting, and this way you will be able to analyze your preparation. And also, if possible, try attempting mock tests. So if you are done with your learning, if your revision, if you have learned everything from the past 4 to 5 years, now you are done with everything, it's a time to go for mock tests. So better to go for mock test, and also practice previous year question papers. Ultimately, if you're solving, that will boost up your preparation, because if you are forgetting some concept again and again, you will be seeing that question, you will be coming through those concepts, that will be able to brush up your concept and you will recall everything that you have learned. In case if you are forgetting, so that will be a good time, good opportunity, good chance for you to learn everything and to recall every concepts that you are forgetting. Note down important points. Suppose if you are finding some question that you have not even come across, if you have not even learnt about that concept or topic, so better to note down that important points, so at the time of exam, even before one day of the exam, you can go through that notes, you can go through that important points, and you can revise each and every important points that you have listed there. So if you're finding that you are solving something you are not able to solve, so try to discuss with your friends, try to find out the solution for that, and ultimately note down in your copy. So that's what from my side, you have to note from all the important points. And also, if you're solving, that will give you a better analysis of question paper, how the questions are asked, how the questions are framed, how many experimental questions are asked, how the numericals are asked in zoology and biochemistry section, how these have become advanced during the recent year. If you analyze the previous year question paper, that is 2022, and if you compare with the, you can say, very previous, like you can let's say 2015 or 2016, so that time you will find the question ka pattern was not that similar, means you will find more advanced numerical this time. So now advanced numericals are asked, so accordingly you have to brush up all your concepts and you have to upskill yourself so that you can solve all that numericals. And how you can do that? Once you are solving all the PYQs, only then you will be able to solve every question. And also, you all know that GATE examination, it is conducted jointly by 7 IITs plus IISc Bangalore. So this time, this upcoming GATE 2023 examination, it is organized by IIT Kanpur. So it's better go and see the previous year question when IIT Kanpur has framed this question. When was the last GATE exam conducted by IIT Kanpur? And this I have given here, that is GATE 2015 question paper. So last GATE, that was GATE 2015, IIT Kanpur conducted this GATE exam. So you have to first solve this question paper so as to get the idea and the number of questions, how the framework of that question, how the questions are asked, and also the deeper understanding of that questions is very necessary, because you will get to know a better idea, understanding, analysis of that questions, how the questions are asked from that IIT Kanpur committee. So it's very important to go through last 10 years question papers, and ultimately you have to solve the GATE 2015 question paper. That will give you a real analysis how the question will be asked in the upcoming GATE 2023 exam, because this was organized by IIT Kanpur itself, as you are going to see in the upcoming GATE examination, that is 2023. So this is all about the second tip, that you don't have to leave the previous year question. And if you are not solving, you have not even started, don't worry, no worries, still you have time. You can start up your preparation, you can revise everything, every fundamentals, every concepts, and then you can get back to work. You can start with your PYQs, and ultimately it will be done for this GATE examination. Third is general aptitude. Again, this is a very important section. You should not leave. So here in general aptitude, you will see you have to cover both verbal as well as non-verbal ability. So you have to cover both the parts. So better to go through previous year questions. If you are going through previous year questions, so most of the formulas you will be learning. So you have to practice the PYQs. If you are practicing PYQs, you will get to know about the important topics in general aptitude. So mainly you have to focus for the important topics like profit and loss, speed, distance, and time. So you can write profit and loss, speed, distance, and time. Data interpretation, sometimes graph questions will be asked. And also you will be find questions related to Venn diagram. Some English communication questions will be asked. Series formation will be asked. Probability will be asked. Sometimes combination and permutation is asked. So all these questions are, you can say, that is important for GATE point of view, whether you are preparing for, whether you are attempting for GATE life sciences or GATE biotechnology. So all these topics are very important. So make sure you are not leaving all these topics. So once you are practicing PYQ, so you will get to know about the questions, how the questions are asked, and ultimately you will come across all the formulas. So better to write down all these formulas in your copy. And if you're not finding a solution for any of the problem, so better to go through the previous year solved question paper if you're finding on website. So you can just search on any of the platform and you can find the solved question explanation for that particular question. And the last is graph analysis question. So this is one of the question type that is asked in GATE examination. So better to not leave this question because you will find one or two graph based question are asked in GATE examination. So I'm focusing one or two, and if you are getting that two options correct, so ultimately you will be getting 4 marks, and that 4 marks, 1 mark even is very important for GATE point of view, because 1 mark there will be a difference of 100 ranks. You can believe 1 mark even is very important, and if you're solving 2 questions right, believe me, your score will be more only, right? So better to practice for this graph analysis question. So for this you have to look at the questions carefully. You have to observe what the question is asking for. You have to look at the determinants, that is x and y, and ultimately you have to correlate to the question and you have to answer that, solve that particular question. So this is all about general aptitude. So those who are not looking into general aptitude, those who are thinking to leave, so that will be a big mistake. Don't ever think to leave this general aptitude part, because again this is a bonus part for all of you, because most of the students, they don't focus here. So you have to work on those topics where most of the students are not focusing. That only will be a bonus for you. Coming to the fourth tip, that is self experience important topics. So this tip is according to my self experience, what I have experienced in my GATE Life Sciences and Biotechnology exam, and how I have cleared my exam, both of these exams. So here I'm going to share you some of my self experiences, some important points. So once you're focusing for GATE Biotechnology exam, focus more on bioprocess part and subjective part. So you have to focus more on bioprocess and subjective part. Suppose if you have covered your general aptitude, you have solved all the previous year question papers, you have covered engineering mathematics important topics, you have also covered bioprocess part as well as subjective part. But during the last minute of your preparation, you have to focus more on bioprocess part, like how to calculate power number, Reynolds number, impeller, tip speed. So all these questions are like always repetitive, frequently asked questions. So if you're not able to solve bioprocess, if you're finding it difficult, if you are getting panicked to see all these numericals, still you have to develop a habit so that you can solve this bioprocess part, at least some important topics that are there. And if you don't know the important topics, you can go through my first video that I have done for GATE Life Sciences and Biotechnology. There you will find all the important topics. And if you want to know the important topics, so here I'm saying impeller is speed, tip is speed, power number, Reynolds number, all these topics are very important. So they all have a direct formula. So you just have to put the formula, substitute the value, and ultimately you will get the answer. And if you're focusing on GATE Life Sciences, so you have to focus more on numericals that is related to zoology and biochemistry. So ultimately what happens, all students, they opt for 2 subjects. So all they will do this, you can say subjective part, because they are learning for the CSIR, they are learning for DBT, and ultimately they will do this GATE Life Sciences subjective part. So what makes you difference from those candidates? If you're solving numericals, if you're more stronger in numerical part, that makes you different from those candidates. And how you can develop that habit or method? So ultimately you have to solve numericals that is related to zoology and biochemistry. So if you're planning to opt both of these sections, so better go for the numerical part, because if you see numerical are more advanced, it is asked in biochemistry and zoology, you will get more numericals that are related to Mendel laws, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So all these portions, they are more asked in GATE Life Sciences exam. And if you are trying to focus for the botany subject, so never try to leave and miss economic botany. So that forms a major chunk of this botany part. And believe me guys, I have attempted botany once in GATE Life Sciences exam, and once I have attempted zoology and biochemistry. So both of these exams were good for me. So both I have cleared. Here I have practiced more numericals, here I have practiced more botany. So when I attempted this botany, there I prepared for economic botany. And if you are preparing to opt for this botany. If you're planning to leave zoology and biochemistry because of numerical, so better to go for this economic botany. And if you're leaving, again, that will be a negative point for you. Believe me, guys, trust me, this I'm going to tell from my experience point of view. This I'm self experience. So here you don't have to leave the economic botany. That is very, very important for gate life sciences. And if you're not planning to opt for food tech, so don't invest your time in learning and revising all these things. So don't invest. It's not like you have to prepare and you have to learn all 5 portions that is given in gate life sciences. No, it's a subject of your choice. It's upon your interest. If you're planning to offer microbiology, botany, zoology, biochemistry, all of these 4 subjects, if you're planning to offer any of these subjects, so better to leave food tech. Don't invest time. No one is going to give you marks if you have not studied food tech. Everyone is going to see whether you have performed well in gate life sciences or biotechnology exam. So better not to look for this food technology if you're not going to opt this in examination. So this is all about the important points and experience from my side. Coming to the last minute tips, what you should refer and what you should, you can say, focus more on, what should be the important topics during last minute. So if you are looking for numerical, so here are the some important formula that you have to practice. That is specific growth rate, free energy change, Gibbs free energy, how to calculate standard energy. So this part you will find in chemistry also. So chemistry is generally, you can say, a blend of biochemistry, where you will find some repetitive topics of biochemistry like DNA, RNA, protein, and also how to find a free energy change. Also, not to forget practicing colony forming unit, that is CFU, very important. Beer Lamberth law, how to find the extinction coefficient, how to find the path length, how to find the absorbance, concentration, what is Mendelian genetics formula, how to find the heterozygotes, how to find the fold purification and percentage recovery, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, that is very important, how to find the MOI. So they will give you a numerical, you have to find the MOI, how to do a plasmid digestion, what will be the number of fragments that you will be obtaining in autoradiography, turnover number, specific activity, that is very important for biochemistry point of view, bioprocess engineering, if you are focusing for gate biotechnology, Reynolds number, impeller tip speed, power number, all these formula, they are very, very important. And also you have to focus, you have to revise to the point. Whatever you have studied, you have to revise to the point, because gate questions, they are very direct. So you have to revise to the point. It's not like CSIR exam. So whatever you have learned, now you have to revise to the point, what is important point, and you have to practice more PYQs. You have to focus more on important points as well as numerical, or you can say greater chunk, that is bioprocess engineering, general aptitude, as well as numerical part. Here you have to concentrate more on facts. You have to focus on facts, information, statistics, specific point. You have to mention, you have to see the figures as well as the legends if you are learning through reference books. So it is better to go through figures, and the information below that, that is in the form of legends. Always try to make tricks and mnemonics to remember the facts. So sometimes if you're forgetting anything, what is the, you can say, examples of glucoketogenic amino acid, what are the examples of glucogenic? So better try to make a trick or mnemonics for that, so that you will be able to recall everything. Be careful of MCQ, MSQ, NAT. So if you are solving previous year questions, if you are attempting for mock, so better to see if you are given MCQ, here you have to select only one question, one option out of the all 4 given options. If you are selecting for MSQ, here you have to select more than one option, that is called as multiple select question. And ultimately no negative marking for NAT also. So here you have to write, you have to assign a numerical value, so that will be a bonus point for you. Here you don't have any negative marking. So better to go for all these questions. But how you will go? If you are knowing everything about a multiple select question, what will be the right answer, only then you will be able to select and mark those questions. So better to look for these questions, what is the question asking about, whether it is multiple choice, multiple select, or NAT. And ultimately you don't have to be panicked, because at the last minute, so if you have 6 to 7 months time, so that time you are knowing that 6 to 7 months time is there, so you will keep on like relaxing. But if the last minute comes now, that time you will be hesitating, you will be panicking. And if you are panicking, ultimately that will, you can say, negative, that will be a negative point for you. So all you have to do, you have to relax your mind, because you know you have studied for a longer period of time. Believe in yourself, believe in your hard work. Always say you can do it, and once you believe in yourself, you will definitely do it. That you can will get converted to you will, and ultimately you will be a gate topper, because here we are discussing the important points that will help you to become a gate topper in gate life sciences and gate biotechnology exam. And believe me, if you are focusing and if you're following all these points, ultimately you will be a future gate topper, that is upcoming 2023 gate topper. So all you have to do, you have to relax your mind, you have to think that you have worked hard. Ultimately you are going to get a seat, you are going to get a under 50 rank, and your gate scale will be more. And always try to break your studies. If you're feeling like no, you are saturated, so always try to give a break between them. So if you're studying for 1 hour, give a break of 10 minutes. If you're studying for 2 hours, so try to give a break of 15 minutes. So in this way you have to plan your and organize your study. Always you have to remain motivated. So if you feel like you remain motivated by listening to some videos, so always listen to them. No one is there to stop you from listening. So always do that thing that is going to, you can say, motivate you. So it's not like you're wasting your time. And if you're feeling that you are wasting more of your time, so you have to stop that and you have to get back to your study. So always you should remain motivated during a study, because we are discussing during the last minute revision tip what should be the strategy to become a gate topper. So you need to remain motivated. It's not like you are becoming like you are not like focusing more at studies and you are not panicking during the last minute. And if you're feeling so you should do meditation and physical exercise, so as to decompress all your stress and to come out of all those stress. So this is the final suggestion from my side. And also along with that, you should eat healthy fruits, vegetables. You should consume a healthy and balanced diet, so that you should remain healthy, fit and motivated during all your gate exam preparation. So these are all about the tips and tricks and strategies and the techniques how you can become a gate topper. So I believe this video was highly beneficial and inspiring and interesting for exam point of view. Whether you are attempting for gate life sciences or gate biotechnology, that will be a really great help for all of you. And if you believe the video was interesting, beneficial, do hit like the video, share all to your friends, because those who are preparing for gate life sciences exam, they might be in a you can say एक वे के लिए सर्च कर रहे होंगे, so that they can find a way how to prepare for this exam, how we can become a gate topper, because everyone wants to be a gate topper, everyone wants to crack the national level exam with a good rank. So that is actually a matter of repute. And if you are feeling that your friends also want it, so always share this video to all your friends and subscribe to our channel, that is Biotechnica. And I believe if you are following all these tips, so I'm giving you a guarantee, I'll give you that you can, if you're following all these tips, you can be a next and upcoming GATE 2023 topper. So here I've mentioned some important points, all those points that I faced during the exam preparation, and also how my GATE exam preparation was a success, and all those points I have listed and concised here. So I believe that was very helpful for you. So meet you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye, take care, keep learning, wish you all the best. And if you feel some other video has to become, if you feel some other doubts you want to get clear, so you can always post your doubt in the comments below. Thank you everyone.